The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And this is from the handle Bronx Tale on Twitter. Quote, longtime listener, love your shows. With all of the illegal alien crimes, can you play Twisted Sister's song, We're Not Going to Take It Anymore, on your show as a tribute to the victims? This individual goes on to say, I think the silent majority has had enough. That is a fair assessment. Enough is enough. Dominic Carter here with you on this Friday, 800-848-9222. That tribute is not just for you, Bronx Tale, and the rest of us. Say his name. It's especially for Richard Williams, that 83 years old, U.S. veteran, Air Force veteran, and grandfather. And he tragically died from his injuries after a 4-time deported Honduras illegal loser with 15 prior arrests decided to shove him and another individual onto the New York City subway tracks. The other man survived, as you might expect, age 83, falling that distance from the platform down to the actual tracks, about 5-6 feet? And we're lucky a train didn't hit either man? But he has died. He has died, and now the charges have been upgraded to murder against this loser. This from the Fox News Channel.
Illegal immigrant now charged with murder, allegedly shoving 2 men onto the New York City subway tracks, and one of the victims, an 83-year-old veteran who has since died from his injuries. Alexis McAdams running down the story here in New York. Awful stuff. Alexis, good morning.
Bill, good morning. It's terrible, and then when you see his photo, it just breaks your heart. He's an Air Force veteran, okay? He served our country and even survived cancer, according to his family. But after all of that, the 83-year-old was murdered at a New York City subway stop by a guy DHS says was in the country illegally. This is who I'm talking about, Richard Williams. He was a grandpa. He was a dad. He was just trying to take a quick subway ride in New York City, but he was shoved onto the tracks, according to police. And this is the man police say is responsible, 34-year-old Byron Hernandez. He's now looking at murder charges here in New York City. Earlier this month, police say he was at a subway stop on New York City's Upper East Side, so in a pretty normal area of town, not far from Midtown. He shoved 2 men onto the tracks. One man was able to get up and recover, but Richard Williams is 83. He falls down, he hits his head, he can't get up. He's rushed to the local hospital, and he later died. DHS says Hernandez has a long rap sheet. I'm talking a lot of charges, 15 prior charges. We're talking assault, domestic violence, and drug and weapons charges for this man. The feds say he's been deported 4 times, but he just came right back into the country. He's facing a long list of charges, including second-degree murder, which was upgraded after the man died. DHS calling on New York City to keep him behind bars. They say Byron Posada Hernandez is a serial criminal, a 4-time deported illegal alien from Honduras who should have never been able to walk our streets and harm innocent Americans.
And so President Trump, then candidate Trump, warned us of all of this. And he was ridiculed. 800-848-9222. 18-year-old Sheridan Gorman should be headed into the weekend with her friends, either studying in Chicago from Westchester County, New York, studying with her friends, or going out to party as freshmen do. And what I'm thinking about, folks, the pier in Chicago, the area in question, right? It's almost like that song, It's Just an Illusion. Seriously. Because one of the times, I've been to Chicago many times, but one of the times that I was there, it was for the DNC, just like I cover the RNC. We did it in Milwaukee, but the Democrats, I believe it was the Democrats that were in town. And, my wife was with me, and it was just the nicest place in the world to be. It's just an illusion. It's all just an illusion. Why was it the nicest place in town to be? Because people like me, reporters, were in town, and government officials wanted to put on a good show, and that they did. We left Chicago thinking that it was one of the safest areas in America. Now look again, where students at the college where Sheridan Gorman attended, they are now terribly afraid.
It's definitely really scary because going to the pier to look for the Northern Lights is something that I feel like a lot of us have done.
I feel like when it gets a lot darker, you feel a bit less safe.
I definitely am a lot more paranoid going out at night. Just yesterday, my friends invited me to go out at around 10 o'clock, and I definitely didn't feel very comfortable going out.
This past hour, the Gorman family released a statement saying, in part, what happened to Sheridan was not a reflection of the Loyola community. It was a result of a failure outside of it. Both things can be true. Loyola is a place of opportunity and safety, and there were failures outside the university that must be addressed.
18-year-old freshman murdered, probably a gang initiation, whatever you want to call it, but Blagojevich is probably correct, the former governor, someone I've interviewed maybe 8 or 9 times. He's a straight shooter. Yeah, he had his personal troubles in his personal life, but that's his past. And he says he believes it was probably a gang initiation, right? What other reason did this savage, animal, loser have to shoot this girl in the back of her head? And you would think, with something like this, that the national media would be all over this story. Well, think again.
So this, just in that horrible preventable death of Sheridan Gorman, 1 minute and 19 seconds for ABC, 2 minutes and 1 second for CBS, NBC, 23 seconds. Is that what her life is worth?
Her life is worth so much more than a grand total of 4 minutes, and we know that, and her parents know that, and everybody who matters to her knows that.
Say their names. Sheridan Gorman. Say his name. 83-year-old U.S. Air Force veteran and grandfather, now deceased, Richard Williams. 800-848-9222. Angelo, line 5 on this Friday in Arizona. What's on your mind, Angelo?
Hey, Dominic. I want to bring it to your attention. Maybe I missed it. Okay. The Sheridan Gorman is from Yorktown Heights. I lived in Yorktown for 41 years. Okay. She went through the school district there. She's an alumni of the Yorktown School District. Are you there?
I'm listening. What's the point you're trying to make?
Okay. What I want to bring to your attention is it's the same district that AOC went through.
Right. I got to be honest with you, Angelo. I got to be honest with you. You're explaining this to me like it's a new revelation. You're like the 15th person this week to point out that AOC is from the same community as Sheridan Gorman. So is there another point you want to make? You're not the first person to make that point. It's been done about 15 times this week.
That's why I said I wasn't sure. Okay. But
okay. All right. Well, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. How do you feel? Okay. Again, I've already established, has been repeated over and over and over. How do you feel about what has happened?
I feel horrible. I just feel horrible. I drove a school bus in the district for the last 15 years, and I didn't know her, but I'm sure I knew a lot of her classmates. It is horrendous, and I don't know. I just sit here. I shared my feelings with my family here, but I don't know. But the thing is, I don't know if AOC has said anything on this. That's what I'm bringing up.
Of course she hasn't. Do you really think she's going to say so? She wants to be president of the United States. She wants to prove, and at least she's motivation for the rest of us, Because if AOC can make it to Congress, anybody can make it to Congress. Because AOC is an insult to bartenders. How she got elected talking that talk. And thank you for the call, Angelo. Folks, when I say this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Going to those that are less fortunate, talking that talk. The man keeps us down. I'm going to deliver for you. Rawr. I'm a good-looking woman. I'm from the boogie down Bronx. Well, maybe I'm from Westchester. Well, maybe I'm from the Bronx. Okay, maybe I'm from Westchester, right? Rawr. I'm with you, the people. And then you get in office and you never hear from them again. Never hear from them again. Let's go to, and that's AOC. That's all I'll say on this Friday. Because God only knows what's going to happen this hour. I have no idea what's going to happen this hour because I'm feeling kind of loose. And so I'm just going to go, So in other words, I'm throwing shade without saying it. Let's go to Dino, line 4 in Queens on this Friday. Dino, what's on your mind?
Dominic, my friend, thank you for taking my call. I'm tired of the BS, and I just want to say to him, you're not saying it, I'm saying it. I just can't wait for Chuck Schumer to lay down and die. I'm sorry, you're not saying it.
No, Dino, come on, we can't do that, man. That's not cool. But okay, you can make your point without wishing death on someone. I know Schumer. I know his wife. I know his daughter. That's not cool, Dino. But go ahead.
Okay, I relate that to the children that we lost, to the parents that lost their innocent kids. The illegals, we know what they're up to. And when you say they're going to be charged, they threw that old man in the subway, Dominic. I don't even look at it as a factor of charging these illegals when you know they're animals. I look at the senators that are allowing this to happen. That's why I speak like this, because I'm disgusted. My heart breaks for the families that lost their loved ones. And this guy was a veteran. He was and he died in the subway. It's people like Chuck Schumer and Chris Van Hollen, whatever his name is, that's saying these people deserve to be in this country. That's where I'm going. So I'm not saying you're saying it, but I'm saying it. Because if it ever happens, I want to know where they're going to hold him. I want to parade around his funeral. And I hate to say it, I want to urinate on them. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. Okay, Dino. All right. Okay, I got it. I understand your frustration. Folks, it is time for a break on this Friday. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we are back on this Friday. All of this, when you put it together in terms of illegals, in terms of migrants, it wasn't enough to just pimp Americans for nice hotel stays, getting in the country, having 8 or 9 children, not paying for one, overcrowding our schools. That wasn't enough. Now you want to rape our women and you want to kill us. It is all enough to make you lose your mind.
Democrats shut the government down. Up in here, up in here.
Democrats don't want to fund DHS.
Now airports are backed up and people are stressed.
All because the Democrats don't like ICE.
If ICE deported him, we could have saved her life. But Democrats bailed on TSA. Up in here, up in here.
And folks, I'm not joking. It is enough to make you lose your mind. We put these people in office. Democrats, can you hear me now? Elected officials, you voted for them. Oh, I love Mom Donnie. He's just so cute. The city's first Muslim American mayor. The Democrats in Washington. They are the party of criminals. What else more do you have to see? What else do you have to see? Is it only going to count when they kill one of your relatives? Deport them, come back. Deport them, come back. Deport them, come back. Ask yourself this. Why do you think they keep coming back to America? It's called the pimping of the American citizen. Dominic Carter here with you, and it is enough to make you lose your mind. Looking at my Twitter, at my ex, DMS, the lovely DMS. We see all your calls. We're getting to them momentarily. DMS says, I'm just wondering if Mamdani go visit him, meaning the Air Force 83-year-old veteran that died before he died. DMS, I think not. She goes on to say he claims to be the mayor for everyone and recently visited Rikers Island to break the Ramadan fast with inmates. Yes, he did, DMS. And also visit the man who attacked an NYPD officer. Yes, he did, DMS. Who had to shoot a suspect who lunged at them and wouldn't stop injuring the officer. Did he visit the 83-year-old shoved onto the tracks? Who handles Mr. Mamdani's appointment calendar? Maybe, she finishes her comment, he was the wrong race. Debbie Labedo, Staten Island, says, Dom, the 83-year-old veteran, also beat cancer and now dead at the hands of an illegal. She capitalizes this. Enough is enough. Jackie, line 3, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Jackie?
Hi, just all we hear about are the illegal immigrants, and there are thousands of people who come here legally every year. We never hear about them. They should be showcased for all they do.
Okay, so Jackie, wait. What are you telling Jackie? What are you telling me? So you're telling me to ignore the fact that Americans are dying dropping like flies and focus on the positive immigrant story. Is that what you're telling me?
Once in a while, it wouldn't hurt. These people get forgotten. All we hear about are these.
Right. What was that? What if that was your grandfather that was just pushed onto the subway tracks and died a week and a half later? What if that was your father?
Oh, well, honestly, you want to know my real opinion?
Just get to the point, please. You're wasting airtime.
The man who did it would never come to trial. I would have gotten to him first.
Oh, well, at least we can agree on that. Jackie, because I don't know what planet you're coming from.
Dominic is done with you.
And on this Friday, it is time for a break. We are coming right back. 800-848-9222.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative. On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
I am looking at my Twitter, at my X on this Friday. Are you folks doing anything good this weekend? Anything great? Well, Jimmy Fontanez says here, talking about Mamdani. He says Mamdani will go visit the dude that pushed the 83-year-old onto a track in jail, probably. So, who knows, Jimmy? I mean, the mayor that we have here in the city of New York, but not just him, his cohorts, AOC, you down with me? No, we're not down with you, AOC, Schumer and company. All of Democrat leadership these days. Folks, if I was a consultant, listen, you got to turn out your base. But I would say to them, this is not a winning strategy. You're supporting criminals. You're supporting illegals. How will you win an election? You're going to turn off Americans. They're not going to vote for you. But then the politician says, no. I'll go to the low informed voter and I'll talk that talk. And I guarantee you they'll turn out for me and vote. I'll talk that talk that they want to hear. The man is keeping you down, brother man. I'm here to save you. And that's exactly what happens. But I want you to listen to this because he sounds really pissed off. And that is Congressman from Rockland County, Mike Lawler.
An 18-year-old girl from my district, Sheridan Gorman, brutally murdered in Chicago at Loyola University, Chicago. And then an 83-year-old Air Force veteran pushed in front of an oncoming subway car, killed by an illegal immigrant. And Chuck Schumer has the audacity in this moment to keep the government shut down because he doesn't want our immigration laws enforced. It is disgraceful. It is pathetic. It is unbecoming. And after 50 plus years in elected office, that son of a bitch needs to go. It is outrageous what he has done in this country.
Well, I think we can all agree that it's outrageous what is happening here. And if you don't like it, vote. Don't complain to me. If you don't like it, vote. Oh, we did vote, Dominic. We voted for Mamdani. And I told you before the election what he was going to do. And I told you, folks, don't complain to me after the fact. That's where we are right now. Let me lower the temperature. It's Friday. We're going into the weekend. I want to lower the temperature, let down my hair. I don't have much hair left. Sandra in New Jersey. I'm going to try it. Yesterday, Sandra in New Jersey. She's not the first, but she brought it back up. Then she tweeted to me about it. She told me to try the cinnamon stick. I hope they come pre-cut or whatever, the cinnamon stick. With, I think she said the garlic. I think it was garlic. Was it garlic? And to boil it all together. And that it's great for diabetics. Others have reached out to me overnight, emailing me, telling me, yes, do it. It's good. So I don't know if I do it before tomorrow night or if I do it after tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, you have the big boxing match in New Jersey, Haledon, the Golden Gloves. I will be at the Inner Circle show, where it's the first one for Mamdani. So we'll see if he's performing or what he's doing. I just hope that I don't have to listen to him lecture me on Islamophobia. That's what I don't want to hear, because I won't be interested in hearing that. And I think most of the room that will have a few cocktails won't be interested in hearing that. But let me lower the temperature, Sandra. So I don't know whether to try it in the morning, and then I might be nauseous by the nighttime in a tuxedo. I don't know how well that's going to be a good look for this function, or if I should just wait until Sunday morning and then be nauseous for Sunday night's show. I don't know which one to do. I don't know. Inquiring minds want to know. But if you want to understand my personality a little teeny bit as to life, as to this show, I'm not going to, I love Sean Hannity. I think he's great. I'm not going to brag that we are trouncing him in the ratings. It ain't even close. It ain't even a fight. I'm not going to do that. In fairness to Sean Hannity, Sean is on in 500 markets? But Sean, be thankful that I'm not on in 500 markets. Be thankful, Sean. So I'm not going to do that. But if you want to know my strategy on life, I forgot the name of the movie, The Devil or something like that, but this is my strategy from a Hollywood movie when it comes to life.
Lose! I don't lose! I win! I'm a lawyer! That's my job! That's what I do!
That's what I do. And I'm not trying to sound arrogant or cocky, but that's how I honestly feel, folks. That's how I honestly feel. And this is what I mean by I don't lose. If you're better than me, because I'm not worried about the game, the race you're running. If you're better than me, I'll work twice as hard. If it requires 19 hours a day, well, I'm going to put in 19 hours a day. If it requires 21 hours a day, I'm going to put in 21 hours a day. That's my philosophy on life. And I suggest it be yours as well. I don't lose. One of the best scenes for me, though, from Hollywood, right? Denzel Washington. I think the movie is Training Day. There are two scenes. Well, this is part of the same scene where he says, King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
Oh, you motherfucker. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this? Yeah! You think you can do this to me? You motherfucker be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you.
And you need to say that to some of these young people in America. You'll be playing basketball in Pelican Bay in the prison when I get done with you. If the Democrats would say that to some of these kids, we wouldn't have the problems that we have. But instead of saying you'll be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get done with you, what do? And I'm going to be real. They go to these kids and they tell them the white man is the problem. The white man is stopping you from achieving your goals. Well, I don't wake up until 3 o'clock and then I'm on the corner selling weed and I got like 5 baby mamas. No. It's the white man's fault that you're not achieving. Oh, I'll vote for you. We see all your calls on this Friday. The owner of the Red Apple Audio Networks, John Catsimatidis, appeared on Fox Business, dishing on the private meeting that he had this week with Mom Donnie.
Earlier this week, John Catsimatidis sat with New York City's Mayor Mandami for a closed-door meeting. Now, the two have not been particularly friendly. John Catsimatidis joins me now here on the set in New York. You don't care for his policies. Did you tell him that?
Well, we have a lot of disagreements, and he knows that. The one good news, and got to give some good news. The good news is he's a very smart guy. He went to Bronx Science High School. You need 150 IQ to get there. And he's 34 years old. How many mistakes did we make when we were 34 years old?
Wait a minute. There's a difference between mistakes that I made when I was 34 years old and mistakes of policy that are ruining New York City.
Absolutely correct. And you know what I'm praying for? That he's going to learn from the gray-haired people.
He's an ideologue. He's a socialist.
Let's hope he changes. He's already went backwards. He went backwards on 2 things already. He went backwards on the property taxes. He's not asking for the crazy numbers on the property taxes. And he realizes that he's under focus by Moody's, by S&P, and that the whole thing could blow up. And he's smart enough to realize, and we had a good discussion. And I was with President Trump yesterday, and he says to me, "What did you guys discuss?" And it was very interesting. I pray, one of the things that our discussions, I ran for mayor in 2013, and I wanted the World's Fair of 2015. They'll bring in a zillion tourists into New York and create a new New York. And he was very interested in that.
Okay.
Breaking news.
And this just coming in, there's been some question about whether or not Tiger Woods would be competing upcoming recently. But now it appears that he's been involved in a rollover crash in Florida. This is according to the sheriff there. Tiger Woods involved in a rollover crash in Jupiter Island, Florida this afternoon, according to the Martin County Sheriff's Office. His condition is not immediately clear. And you may recall that he was seriously hurt. This is why I had to look at this twice, from another rollover crash in 2021 in California. So folks, immediately the questions that are going to emerge. Was there some substance involved? Because he has a history with this, and we want to hope that he's okay and hope that that's not what's involved in this situation. But that's just what's coming in. And so I'm going to your calls in just 1 second. You see, folks, you guys are trying to kill me because I had it wrong. The drink to help me with my diabetes. Thank you, DMS, but thank you, Sandra, as well. Thank you, Liz, as well. Thank all of you that give me these great. So I said garlic and ginger and cinnamon. It's not garlic. It's cloves. Now, what exactly is a clove? But cinnamon and raw ginger. So now I'm going to have to hear it at home when I get home, because when I say, honey, I need you to go buy some cinnamon and raw ginger and cloves, she's going to roll her eyes at me and go, what gadget are you drinking now? Let's go back to your telephone calls on this Friday, 800-848-9222. Let's go to John in Colorado. John, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, I heard you talking about how these illegals, they come over here, they get in trouble, they deport them, they come back again, they get in trouble. I just think if you come here illegally and you get caught, just give them the death penalty.
Well, you can't do that. You can't do that, John. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but you can't do that. You can't do that. I mean, I wish you could, but you can't do it. But I'm with you in spirit. But now, like for the guy on Long Island that apparently raped this 5-year-old girl, he should be castrated with no medication. That should just be the start for him. And for this guy that pushed the 83-year-old veteran onto the subway tracks, no. You don't get the claim mental illness. No. Well, you can be mentally ill after we're done hemming you up. Then you can be mentally ill. You can be mentally ill when, and I'm going to repeat this for these guys, when we hit you in your testicles about 25 times with a hard wooden nightstick. That's just the appetizer. And you can be mentally ill after Bubba is done with you. We'll see if you're mentally ill then. At least 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 times, or 10 or 11 or 12 or 13 or 14 or 15 or 16 or 17. Then we'll see if you're mentally ill. And after that, we'll send you over to another part of the prison, and we'll see if you're mentally ill after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 20 times. And then add a few other things and spit in his food every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Solitary confinement, here's your breakfast. I don't want you folks to get nauseous, but reach down into the deep pit of your stomach and bring up everything that's in there and make sure you spread it all around his breakfast food, his lunch food, and his dinner food. So we can't kill him, or people that come in the country illegally. We can't kill them, but you keep coming back, deport it, come back. Deport it, come back. Deport it, come back. The game has to stop at some point. Let's go to Bill, line 4, Morristown, New Jersey, on this Friday afternoon. Bill, what's on your mind?
Long time no talk. Big Dom, I'll tell you. Yeah, it's a good point that guy said, but you're in spirit. You can't do it because of the appeals process. It'll never happen. You'll never. I just want to say this about AOC. And I know we're up against the machine. She doesn't take PAC money, as you know, corporate ban, except her biggest donation is the New York City Board of Education, right? Department of Ed. So the kids get brainwashed more, pushing her agenda. And she takes money from Apple and Google. Other than that, everything, even if you're MS-13, it gets funneled through someone like you or me. And people don't realize we're really up against like the 27 Yankees. It's a machine with the way this is structured. The campaign contributions. It's difficult and she's got a lot of momentum behind her now.
She does, but I really hope she runs for president. I really hope so. That will be the biggest laugh. Thank you for the call, Bill. That will be the biggest laugh I have ever had in my natural life. Time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the Tunnel to Towers Foundation final thoughts on this Friday say their name. Sheridan Gorman, the 18-year-old from our area, Westchester County, the situation that happened in Chicago, an 83-year-old U.S. Air Force veteran and grandfather, Richard Williams. Say their names. So when I get home this evening, folks, I can tell you now, I'm going to be in trouble. Marilyn's going to hit me with, do you have to repeat every single thing on the radio? How could you get on the radio and act like you don't know what a clove is? I don't. I'm sorry, folks. I thought it was garlic. What is a clove? I don't know. So Jimmy Fontanez says, when you do this mixture, especially with the cloves, not garlic, you definitely want to strain it. It's almost like making a tea. Jimmy, I love you, man. When it comes to my tea, it's called K-Cup, bro. K-Cup. I'm not boiling no tea. I'm not straining nothing. I'm putting in a K-Cup, and that's all she wrote. So, let's see here. Liz Rosenblatt says, Dominic, what you need to do is decompress by napping or getting more sleep somehow, but Just remember to put your alarm on so you're not late for your show. Wink, wink, love you. Well, Liz, the love goes right back out at you, but I'm going to borrow a line from the left from AOC. I can't set the clock. You know why, Liz? Because my clock is racist. My clock doesn't like me because I'm a black man. And so the clock doesn't work all the time. I'm being sarcastic. But seriously, the clock does not work all the time. It doesn't work all the time. So, you know, talking to my Democrat friends, it's the clock's fault. The clock is racist. Let's go here. Let's go. And I'm joking. Let's go to Kenny, line 1, Staten Island. Kenny, what's on your mind?
Good afternoon, Dominic. Hope you're doing well on this Friday. What's on my mind is with Mandani, you know, if you're not going to respect the cops and back the cops, you're giving all this energy to the criminals to do whatever they want. You know, he's an anti-Semite. His wife's an anti-Semite. You know.
You forgot to put in racist as well, but go ahead.
Right. And, you know, I brought this up to you before, and never mind you running for mayor. I think you should run for governor because you got to get Hochul out, you know, because her and Mandani are going to destroy the city.
Wait a minute. You're trying to bury me in Albany to never be heard from again? You're trying to bury me in Albany?
No, because you know what, Dominic? Truthfully, you got a brilliant mind.
Well, thank you.
You don't spew hate. Like, I listen to your radio show every day. You never spew hate. People call up and they spew hate, and you put them in check. You just speak the truth, okay? And that's what New York needs, the truth.
Well, thank you so much for the call, Kenny. It's great of you to say that. You know what, folks? I'm in a weird mood, and again, tomorrow night is the Inner Circle show. I'll give you a wrap of what Mom Donnie does. I want to go out this way, right? Old school. Soundbite number 6, Carlos. And I know you folks. I get it. You don't understand rap and all of that stuff. But everybody, and I mean everybody, knows this song. This is how we're going out on a Friday, folks. This is how we're going to do this. This is what the Sugar Hill Gang.
I said a hip
hop, the hip it to the hip it to the hip hop. You don't stop. Bang bang. To the rhythm of the boogity beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat. Don't laugh, Carlos. And my friends are gonna try to move your feet. I am Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello. And so that's Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight. Right? I know. No, it's not called rap. Yeah, Rapper's Delight. That's what it's called. Folks, never forget. That's the commitment America made on 9/11. You can honor it by donating $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to T2T.org. T2T.org. I am back Sunday night, 11 p.m. Do me a favor. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?